Hi, it's Anthony Meisner with Land Title. I came to bring you your first to know update for Greater Denver Metro. And one of the best things about what's happening right now is the market seems to be just a little better than last year. And when you kind of look at it in perspective of things, after last month, it was a little concerning, right? Because we had that big drop off, even though some of them that's just a blip on the radar. We're up 1.8% year over year over last month, quite a bit up, but things look stable and they look very good, right? They're a little bit better than they were seasonally. That's in detached. Now, when we get over to attached, and it's a very different world in the attached market right now. Year over year, we're down about 4.4%. This seems to be a consistent trend that we've been feeling. The median also, same thing, down 4.8%. So it's kind of a tough one, right? We're here looking at some numbers that may not be as favorable. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit and just kind of peel back the onion, as they say, right? As a whole, Denver Metro sitting at $289 per square foot in the detached market. With that bump, with our lower interest rates and that bump in buyer activity last month, popped up just a little bit. So like an extra 1% over last month, 2.8% over this time last year, right? Kind of right in line with what we saw. Now, when you get to the condo side, you've seen that kind of taper off, right? It's slowed down almost all year. And that 4.2% drop in condo average sales price really speaks to a drop in the price of attached units across Denver Metro. Now, if you look at active units on the market, this has been an interesting year. We've had a very stable inventory environment, which means with all of the inventory coming to market, we're not having as many under contracts. We actually are having homes being removed at a pretty rapid rate over the course of the last 4 months. Now we have 10,000 units, just like we have for a while, and that's up 17% from this time last year. But what does that really mean, right? We still have better than this time last year listing activity by 19%. 4,300 new listings came to market, but the under contracts are only 3,400. So we have more homes being pulled off of the market than we have new listings coming to market with the pending. So that's really kind of a three-part equation. The under contracts look okay, right? And they definitely look better than they did a year ago. 17.7% is like our light at the end of the tunnel. Inventory is coming to market fast, but under contracts are speeding up in a time where in fourth quarter, they usually tend to slow down, right? And you can kind of see it on the chart, but just anecdotally over the years, it's very clear fourth quarter is a time where things slow down. If we are in this plateauing market right now, it means that buyers are coming back active because interest rates have started to dip down. Now, we still have a lot more expireds taking place. So 3 months of inventory might be more than this time last year, but it is definitely getting better. If you have people in the fourth quarter that are taking homes off the market because they're worried about them sitting, I would caution them, right? Because with buyer activity increasing, they have a better chance than they did a year ago of getting that home sold. And we're chasing prices down a little bit, like we saw in the detached market or in the attached market, right? So you could actually be in a good position to list if you really have to get something sold right now. If it's on the market, maybe it is a time to consider leaving it on the market over the holidays, which in other years, maybe you wouldn't. Also, take a look at this. Average days in MLS, 43 days in MLS. It is 38% slower to go under contract than it was this time last year. But that inventory level is escalated quite a bit as well. And honestly, it's trending just like you would expect seasonally, right? 10% more than last month really isn't that big of a deal to what we tend to see this time of year. 98.8% listed sale price. We're right in line with where we've been over the last couple of years. Very similar to last month. It's still it's still pretty competitive, right? Sellers don't hold all the cards anymore like they did for a long time. Buyers are getting a little bit better deal than they did. Keep in mind that this number doesn't take into account concessions or price drops that may have taken place. So there's room to negotiate in here as well. Now, average showings per listing, it's almost identical to this time last year, almost identical to last month. They are sitting at 15 showings to go under contract. Here's the problem. We're getting 5 showings per listing on average through Denver Metro. So it takes time to get homes sold at this point. It's really about driving enough buyers to that property to find a good fit if it's priced right. And at 4.9 showings per active listing, we're basically right in line with where we've been, and buyers have stabilized, right? The fact that we have 4.3% more showings per listing right now than we did last month. That's seasonally abnormal because normally in the fourth quarter, it really starts to taper off. So if you need more local information, you need more data around a listing you're taking or working with buyers, please let me know. This is Anthony at Land Title. Hope to catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well.